Hello again. Well, winter has definitely arrived here at Wrighton Gardens. The cold snap we've just had has meant we haven't been able to do much work in the gardens over the last few weeks, as attempting to dig or prune while it's freezing can cause more harm than good. But one of the jobs I am going to be busy with over winter, on milder days such as today, is winter pruning, and there's plenty of it to do here in the soft fruit garden. But before I talk a bit about winter pruning, I'm going to take us back to a warm but damp day in July to demonstrate summer pruning of red currants. This basically reduces the vigour of the plants and allows more energy, light and air to get to the fruits to allow them to grow and ripen better. What you do is cut all the side shoots or laterals down to 5 leaves of new growth. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cut. I'll come back to these in winter and do more pruning to maintain the shape of the plants. And 5 months later, it's now time for winter pruning. The first thing we need to do is check for any dead, diseased or damaged wood which needs to be removed. And on this red currant bush, there is a branch here which is snapped, so I'm just going to take that back to this nearest side shoot. After that, in red currants, white currants and gooseberries, the aim of pruning at this time of year is to form and maintain the basic shape of the plants. As these plants fruit on wood that is more than a year old, they are trained to produce a permanent framework, either as a bush or against a wall as a cordon or fan. And all new growth is shortened around this framework. So with this red currant, I'm going to cut all the side shoots back to 2 to 3 buds of new growth. 1, 2, 3. These buds will then form spurs or fruiting shoots in spring, each of which will produce a string of fruit. And as these bushes are mature, we don't want them to grow much bigger. So I'm also going to cut the new growth on the leaders, which are the shoots growing from the end of each branch, back by about half to an outward facing bud. Gooseberries are pruned in the same way, but I leave 3 to 4 fruiting buds on each side shoot, as each one produces only a single fruit. There's also lots of blackcurrant bushes to prune. Unlike red and white currants, blackcurrants mainly fruit on the previous year's growth, so each year the older stems are removed at ground level. For example, this year I'll be removing this stem here, and that will make room for the new shoots which pop up from below ground each year. And now from fruit to vegetables. Here in the Pest and Disease Control Garden, the brassica family has been the star over the cold spell. This brassica is tatsoi. It's a type of pak choi that originated in the Himalayas and can survive temperatures down to -10 degrees C, so it's had no problems over the last few weeks. It's an easy plant to grow and a delicious way to get greens in a stir fry over winter. The Brussels sprouts and curly kale have also survived the freezing temperatures well. I've already harvested some of the sprouts, but there's still plenty for Christmas dinner. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of sprouts, and the 1 or 2 I have on Christmas Day is usually enough for the year. But this year I'm going to try chopping the sprouts and sautéing them, and then maybe adding some roasted sweet chestnuts. And this should give it a delicious sweet taste and have a much nicer texture than simply boiling them. Well, that's all from me for this year. Hope you have a lovely Christmas with lots of good food and cheer, and see you in the new year. Merry Christmas!